Let's take one more question. Mike, yeah, go on, why not? Uh-oh.
Can you shout? So, 75 songs you put together, we chose 11. What happens to the 64? Will you ever go back and revisit them? Were they done? Or could there be a possibility where you could put them somewhere where maybe other aspiring artists, not as talented writers as you, might be able to go and say, hey, I'd like to sing that song, change a few lyrics, get your permission and go out and do it?
The answer is all the above, and Chuck as a songwriter will have to, but we do try to go and solicit.
Yeah, I think it was really hard to pick at first, you know, because you write those songs and, you know, for a songwriter, I mean, there's some times where I'll be honest, you're like, okay, this one's alright, it's not that great. But there's times where you're like, man, like, are you kidding me? You guys don't hear that one? Like, it's so good, I love it, you know, and it's special, but then you have to make choices, and we're 5 guys in the band, and management, and everybody, and the label, and then at the end, I stand by every song that made the record, but there's some songs out there that I really believe in, and one thing that I read somewhere, and I forget who said it, but it's a famous songwriter, is like, never give up your best songs. You know, if you have a song that, you know, if it didn't make the record or whatever, or you feel like it's not exactly right for you, you should hold on to it and keep it for your band, because your band is your, you know, it's the most important thing. So there's a few songs that we haven't used yet that I feel are super special, and I want to hold on to them for the next record, or we're talking about doing a small EP to kind of bridge the gap between the 4th and the future 5th album. So there's going to be some songs that are going to come out, and that's important, keeping your fan base activated, engaged. So we're going to put out some songs for the fans this year, and it won't be a full record, but it will be something for them to kind of, you know, hold on to. But beyond that, there's been some songs that we played around and that actually have been recorded by different artists. You know, we had a friend of ours, All Time Low. I'm sure you guys know them, right? We had a song called Time Bomb that we wrote with Pierre, me, and Matt Squire, who's a great producer. And we wrote the song, and we were like, oh, you know, we have a lot of songs like that. It's really good. I'm not sure if it's going to make the record. He's like, can I play it for Alex from All Time Low? And he heard it, and he's like, I have some really good ideas, and let me work on it. And he kind of took the song, and we kind of re-rolled it together and everything, and ended up being their 2nd single on their last album, and one of their fans' favorite, you know. So for us, it was so cool to see a song that we wrote take a new life like that with someone else performing it. And we toured with them in Canada. They were part of our tour, and they opened up with the song every day, every night. It was so rad to be like, oh man, they're playing that song that we wrote with them, you know what I mean? So that was really special, and that's something that I would really love to get into more, to write for other artists. It's so inspiring, because lots of time when you write for your own band, even though, you know, you can try different things, there's still some kind of, you know, there's some limits to what you can do with Simple Plan, you know. We can't do a full hip-hop thing, or, you know what I mean? It's not really us, you know, it wouldn't work, or we can't, you know, so it's kind of rad to have a chance to write for someone that comes from a different scene, different world, that's going to have a different vision too, that's going to give a new life to your song. So absolutely would love to get into that, and it's already been happening, it's happening now, so hopefully you'll hear some more of our songs.
Eric, if you can have the last word, a little bit more on what Michael's just said about how some of the songs could be actually used for other artists from a learning point of view, so from an education point of view. I mean, is that, obviously you're now doing your education stuff in Canada, how can you help artists by using things like songs that maybe may never appear on an album? Is that possible?
It's funny, we don't really think about it quite that way, so we don't look for an artist and go like, hey, I've got this leftover Simple Plan song that might be good.
Leftovers.
Depends on what you play them. We really look for artists who are songwriters in their own right. I think that's a good part. Now, finding collaborators is always wise, and there's no downside to that. So often we come across artists like, you know what, maybe you want to write with these things. But we haven't ourselves been in the business of just handing on the songs. We encourage the artists that we work with to be songwriters, to be creators.
Well, I mean, you just said that he's looking for collaborators. Anyone want to collaborate with Simple Plan?
I do.
Yeah, you do.
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, I don't even write.
And you don't even write it. Yeah,
I'll just give you a song.
Guys, we've run out of time. They're going to be around for a little bit longer.
Yeah,
10, 15 minutes.
Yeah,
so they're going to get outside. Can I hear you for Eric Lawrence? the drummer of Simple Fact.
I got it.